Hello, this is Mike of Nearly Enough Dice, and this is the Kerbal Space Program. Steel Snake 4 has successfully rescued Steel Snake 3, or specifically Bob. Bob and his rather large amount of science. So really all that remains is to get off this rock. And I'm kind of two minds. I'm trying to work out whether I want to do this or not. But I'm actually thinking of using my lander stage to get me off. I like to leave my landers, as mementos. But I do have, I've already got a flag. That's already sat there. I've already got the Steel Snake 3. And quite frankly, I quite like. I don't think that Delta V is enough to get me out into orbit. It might be, but the more Delta V I've got, the better, because I'm gonna have to change my orbital inclination, and then I want to do a rendezvous with Puffin and various other things. So, I believe I have successfully convinced myself that I'm going to do that. So I'm going to chuck those into, because if I'm doing that, then when I hit space to duck this stage, I'm almost certainly going to want to immediately engage my engine, so I'm just going to do that. Oh, that's not what I want. How long's that been there? I almost certainly want to junk my my rocket. See, that rocket is the one I want to eventually take me back to Kerman, and I almost certainly want to junk that well before I want to take my parachute. Now, I'm landed such that north is that way, so north is off that way, and so east is down that way, which is essentially going to be the S key. So essentially, I'm pointing that way is west, and kind of towards the screen. Out of the screen is east. I've got a quick save, so I can always come back if I do it wrong. Right, SAS is on. Bob is surprisingly happy. Lord knows why. Let's go for it. Actually turns out to be the A key. Okay, so well, actually maybe I just want to go to the horizon immediately. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Working on bringing my periapsis height up. Actually, let's have a little bit more apoapsis, just in case there are rocky things. Right. Apoapsis is higher than I really need it to be. Well, yeah. Especially given I'm going to have to make a correction. to connect to the Puffin. So we'll go there. Ah, I see, yes. Would help if I was adding the maneuver to the actual place it needs to be. So... Quite a lot of delta V, but I've got quite a lot of delta V, that's all fine. That will do. What will I have done to my... Yeah, okay, and I might as well chuck in some apoapsis as well. Ooh, I don't think I'm actually going to be getting an encounter right away. Which way do I want my... I want to bring the ascending node and descending node back into... There we go. Now I need to bring that back a bit. Which means I need to bring that back a bit. How far away? Okay, yeah, so... Doop. See, technically what you can do is when you get to that stage, you then fiddle with your prograde and retrograde. Just make sure I'm not doing anything stupid. Right, let's get rid of the surface, just go into orbit. Node burn time, maybe 5.5, but I'm quite a ways away from that, that's fine. What you can do, because the orbit is more or less touching at that point, what you can do is at that point there, what you do is you then change your by burning prograde or retrograde. You time your orbit so that it will turn up at just the right time, so you can do that in a single burn. I think I'm going to bother with that. I think we might well do it the way I normally do it. So let's retrograde a little bit and give ourselves some separation. It means I have to fiddle with the because I want the obviously I'm still always going to want the inclination to be correct. So that's going to give me some separation. That's going to mean that I'm going to be able to catch up with the Puffin, and I'll do a maneuver at the other end to get myself parallel and then do the standard setup. So, what's next maneuver? Right, this does mean that Bob is going to live. He may live forever amongst the stars, but he's not going to crash into the moon. At least I hope not. And I want to go to no burn time 5.3, but again I can just start counting that down. I think counting down is working out quite well. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That'll do. And then a maneuver at this end. Right, what's the difference? That's 116 versus 156, so 40 different. So I want to get to about 170, 171. Oh yes, I keep hearing that it's going to swap over, isn't it? There we go. That's pretty good. Then it's just going to be, yeah, orbit, 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 until I get a rendezvous. One new. Right, let's thrust limit ourselves to get a burn that I can cope with mechanically. Alright, a loop, 4 seconds, nice even number. A lot of these rendezvous burns are really small, and that's actually quite hard to cope with. It's actually going to be an interesting thing that I'm going to come up across when I get to the Puffin, I think, is how much science do I process? Because somewhat to my surprise, you get quite a lot of data from science when you're around the moon, it seems. Which, you know, to an extent, okay, fair enough. You know, you've got an orbiting station around the moon, of course you're going to get lots of science, that's fair enough. But it does mean that I may have so much science, because I've got 50 odd, more than 50 experiments. So, you know, how many do I process? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So I have to stop talking while I'm doing my maneuvers. Do I care about that little tiny? No, I don't actually. Yeah, because it can only do 500 signs. It can only contain 500 signs, which means I can only usefully put in 500 data. And if my 50 experiments, because I've already got, if my 50 experiments each get 10 data, then I may have too much. Which might not be a problem, but basically I transfer the experiments over and only process them, you know, until I get to 500 times 10. But I don't have docking ports, which means that the Steel Snake 4 is going to be drifting and getting further and further away, and that is going to be a pain. Right, so we're going to make a maneuver, which is going to go the other way. I'm just going to see. So it's going to be in that orbit. that... Oh, come on, stop being irritating. I think that did just do that thing again where it immediately... Yes. Oh, bloody hell. Being very irritating at the minute. Don't want to add a maneuver. No, I do not want to add a maneuver. Stop that. Oh, stop that! It's very aggravating right now, actually. There we go. Right, so also wasn't quite as parallel as I'd have liked, but this is obviously very close to. Wait, I'm getting quite close there. A lot of it is finding the right angle to view it as. How close is that? 2.6, that's pretty good. Okay, let's go with that one. There's going to be another 2 days of orbiting. I'm checking my moho. Yeah, it's another 2 days of orbiting. So possibly I should have done the other method, but I'm not as comfortable with that method, so we're not going to do it that way. Do some more thrust limiting. Go with it being a 2-second burn. I'm just going to walk to the next maneuver. Just going to be a bit. Okay, I was going to be. I was going to be paranoid because I stopped trusting those very long maneuvers, very long time warps. But okay, that worked out alright. Now you get to watch me do another countdown. Okay, so 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put myself to where the maneuver is right now. Then I'm going to kill it. So I should be able to do adjustments. .2 kilometers. I'm going to take that. Theoretically, I'm going to get quite close here. I could go for it, but you know, meh. You know, I should probably, if I was being super mega smart, I would be able to do so that there was going to be there will end up being exactly one encounter. Oh, am I going to have enough delta V? To get. How much do I need to get back with? Just gonna quickly consult my handy dandy thing. Oh, actually, no. No, I'm not going to consult my handy-dandy ending. Where are we? Where's my target? If I end up having not enough Delta V to get back, it's okay. I'll send the Iron Sheep up. Because that is my official rescue mission thing. So I thought I had time to consult my mission planner and stuff, but I think I should have enough Delta V to get back. I think it's only like 300 or something. Yeah, it's 310, so I'm actually alright. I have thrust limited. I have to remember to not to unthrust limit myself when I want to head home. Don't want to do it now because this is going to be all sorts of gentle maneuverings. Righty ho. Where's the target? Let's rotate the car. So that's there we go. So as before, with all these maneuvers, I'm trying to position the prograde marker directly onto the target marker. So that way I'm heading as far as possible straight for it. And I'm also remembering to point myself retrograde. Right, so I should have tons of Delta V to get back home with, so that's alright then. Time off a bit. Wow. It's kind of sweet being able to see it. So I actually want to do a crew transfer because I want to have 2 scientists on that on the Puffin, whereas I've only got 1 at the minute, and I've got a pilot in the command pod up there. And the part that he's not really achieving anything, so I might as well get him back home. Kind of a pity I've not had the opportunity. I won't have the opportunity to land him. And to get all the experience points that'll take him up to the next level. He needs. I think he needs to at least. I think he needs to land on the moon before he goes up to the next level. Could be wrong about that. Okay, getting quite close. Actually, I'm now heading away from it. Yep. Alright, so EDA, grab all the science, 53 bits of data, let go, RCS, point ourselves lights on. Very cautiously. And we are on board. All right, so so I've actually got 6 science out of this, with only 30 data on board. Well, actually, I think I had more than 30, but it's been presumably they've been chewing away. Oh, Filmy, I think. Yeah, Filmy's been chewing. No, must be Kenmi. I think Kenmi's our scientist. So he's been chewing away at that. So let us review some data. And I only want to go up to. That gives me immediately 50 science, 50 data. Now I'm going to need to keep track of the not the fuel situation so much as the electricity situation. Everything's paused. There seems to often be the pause when I check the missions. Sometimes that pauses things. Or it crashes. I don't know what's happening. No, right, okay. Oh, that was a tad worrying. Ah, I've got a lot of electricity. Okay, so we're going to process that. Wow, 75. So I'm actually going to have to keep track of how much science I've got, how much data I've got. So this is the question. Do I want to spend the time necessary right, so if I process all of this, right, which is fine and all, yeah, but if I end up with over 500 data, I'll probably have some experiments done. So the most efficient thing to do is to leave them on board the ship, but not process them. Which sounds fine, except that the ride home is gradually drifting away. Where's my vessel? I can't see the ship at all. What? I'm extremely confused. I can't seem to move my view very much. What is going on here? So, I quit and resaved and all that kind of stuff, and reloaded. I have now filled the science module as best I can. I've got 497 science in there, 497 data in there, I should say. There's a lot of data. I mean, yeah. And even that, with these 2 scientists, that's still about 2/3 of a science point per day. So these guys are going to be out here for years and years and years and years. But I don't know. There's a lot I can do about that. I've turned off the lights because I turned out that was just enough of a drain to stop it. To actually drain the batteries accidentally. you know, some of these experiments are worth like 150 data. Now I've got, you know, things worth 50, 20, you know, 20 more 50s. 94th, that's material study near the moon. 45, 30, 19. 19 would have been good. 75. So all the gravity scans from space just above, those are all 75s. So theoretically, there's a lot of extra science to be gained from here, but it is going to take an awfully long time. So the surface sample would have been 150 extra data. Wow, 125 for the... But I just don't have space for it. So I would need a whole new and incidentally there's a UI thing I would like to do. Is I have to review all of the experiments. I can't put them down. I can't just get rid of this. Oh goodness! I can't just get rid of this UI and say, right, I don't want to read the things anymore. So I would first off have to leave this here until all that 500 science, all that 497 data has been consumed. And that's going to take days and days and days and days. Then I would have to go through all this nonsense again, and only then can I take the experiments. I can't do you know, please only take the experiments that have been already processed or anything like that. I can either take all the experiments or none of the experiments. So while theoretically I'm losing out on data here, I honestly cannot be bothered. Yeah, honestly cannot be bothered waiting. I mean, theoretically, actually, the other thing is, theoretically speaking, did I turn my lights off? Was that just L? There we go. Theoretically speaking, I can do the experiments again, I've suddenly realized. And I can still put them back up here if I really want to, even if I don't get science for them. So, oh, there we go. So I'm just going to do it now. So Philney, who is the pilot, he is going to go back into the Steel Snake, and we're going to head back. Is what we're going to do. Assuming I can remember how to work the controls. Getting back should not be any particular hardship. I've got enough delta V. It's all just going to be about how much aero braking it's going to take at the other end. Good idea putting all that ladder on. Okay, so the next thing to do is to head back. Can I unset my target? There we go. Oh, goodness me, how'd the Mercury target get there? Being caught by the moon looks like it's going to smash into the moon. That is unfortunate. Especially since I do not believe that the Tiger has any Delta V left in it at all. No, I think we're a bit doomed. That's a shame. So it's been captured by the moon at one point, and now it's going to smash into it. Well, that's unfortunate. These things happen. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Reentry is fine. Everything's fine. Those are batteries. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's lovely. Everything's fine. Everything's lovely. This is where I really am keeping my engine on as effectively a heat shield. Seriously, the acceleration is according to this is 0 on my vessel, which cannot be right. Filmy, it turns out, is good enough a pilot to steer retrograde, so I think can only do that. I may have been a bit aggressive on my. I went to about 31 kilometers, and I mean to think that was a bit aggressive. But apart from some battery loss, I think we're going to be okay. I think we may even keep enough electricity going. Yeah, we are getting through this. I'm going to change my mind, I suspect, about staging. So we've gotten through that. We survived. We are not dead. Lost some batteries, but I don't care about batteries. What else was heating up? The ladder was about to go. Looks like the solar panels were about to go. Looks like the ladder was really about to go. So the ladders might have exploded, but don't care about ladders. About to run out of electric charge. I'm going to turn off SAS at this stage and instantly regret it. Oh, it has deployed. Thought for a second. Going again, night, can't do anything about it. But it really looked like that parachute just hadn't deployed. Where are we coming down anyway? Deserts, okay. I need to desert. Cool. I might be able to get that, finally get that elusive desert surface sample for the extra tiny amount of science. Yeah, okay, I could have possibly handled that a bit better. Probably should have left it to the last moment and then hit space to deploy the parachutes and deploy the separator, and that would have worked a lot better. But never mind, it worked. It worked at all. That's going to go smash. But that's fine. I don't care about that bit of the aircraft anymore. It did its job. Got us back. Smashed into the desert. I mean, technically, that's a thing you shouldn't be doing, because if Kerman had more than one structure on its entire surface, you'd want to be very careful about letting things smash into the ground. You probably want to make sure everything burns up into the atmosphere. But we have survived. Look at that, look at that. 1.5 science. Let's get that. Let's get that 1.5 science. It's 5.6 science. There you go. Look at that. And take surface sample for 9 science. And now we recover the vessel. And the game crashes. Alright, so I've reloaded. I've got... We're in the tracking station. Recover vessel! Recover vessel. 1,763.2 science! Ah! Ha 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 ha! That's loads. Wow, that is just ridiculous. Got some money back. I don't care. Crew back. 1 XP game. Woo. Sweet. After all that, oh my goodness, that was, I've got to say, in the end that was worth it. 1,780 science. 0.7. I think my next thing is going to have to be Kerbal. But I'm still going to check to see if anything. No, right, okay. Never mind. Right, so with my 1,780 science, thanks so much for watching. Please hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos, and find Nearly Enough Dice at nearlyenoughdice.com. And we're also Nearly Enough Dice on Facebook and on Twitter. And until next time, reach for the stars! And then hopefully come back safely with a ton of science!